I played high school football 2 years ago. I was a junior and I played the tight end position. So that means I had to block while also going out for reception sometimes. And one time I was going out for reception and I leapt in the air to catch the ball. I was reaching out. But when I was reaching out, I caught the ball in my hands and then a defender came and he hit my legs from out under me and I flipped in the air. I landed straight on my head. Nothing to block the impact. And I got a concussion from this. I couldn't go to school for a week. It put me behind in my studies, and overall, it was just not a good experience. But it wasn't illegal. It wasn't a not good play in football. It was a very good play, actually, because he stopped the play from happening. And that's a common theme that we see in football. Football is one of the most popular sports in America, yet also the most dangerous. Football leads to more head injuries than ever. And all of that, putting helmets on, better helmets, and trying to teach kids how to tackle safer and how to play the game safer, it doesn't work. It just does not work because, as we can tell, the sport of football just overall is too dangerous of a sport. It pushes people to put themselves in situations where they can easily injure their head. And it pushes the defenders to take out players in ways that could easily damage their opponent. And that's not good. That's not what we want in sports. We don't want our kids to be playing these sports. So I'm not saying that we should not have contact sports, but we need a sport like football where there's a lot of contact hitting people, but it's not one where it puts people in extremely unsafe scenarios like football does, because as we can tell, football has the highest concussion rates out of any sport easily. So a sport like football is rugby. I came to college and I started playing rugby, and I actually really have a blast playing it. It is so much fun. And there's still a lot of tackling and stuff. And you would think, man, there's tackling just like in football, so there would be the same exact chance to get injured like you do in football. But that is untrue. And it's untrue because in rugby, you tackle the legs only. You really only tackle the legs. You keep your head up. You can't spear like you do in football. And then another great thing about rugby is that you're not leaping up in the air for ball. See, in rugby, there's almost never a defensive player like there is in football. Because wide receivers in football are always reaching up in the air and exposing their body to big hits. Where in rugby, players are always compact, they're trying to hold onto the ball, they're getting in scrums, and it's physical, but it's not excessively dangerous. It's not putting yourself in a risky scenario. And that is why I think that rugby could be a sport that we bring into America, make it more prevalent, and have it be a great sport that overtakes football someday and takes its place. Because if you look at England, in England, rugby is one of the most popular sports, and it's their football. You know, it's a great game. Everyone plays it there. It's so fun, and we can see by looking at England and other countries across the world that rugby has a chance to be a big sport. It can be a big sport that's super popular and makes a lot of money. And it could be that in America. And that would solve the problem of having a physical contact sport that people love to play. Because sometimes people just need to get their anger out by playing a sport where there's physical contact like that, where you just get hit somebody. It's a lot of fun, but we need to do it in a safe way. And having rugby replace football would be a great opportunity for us to have a sport that still provides that physical contact